Hey, it's Tony again from Type 5. We've been enjoying our new Intex pool lately, but this extension cord to the pump is just getting in the way. Let me show you what I did to get rid of the extension cord and get some electrical out closer to the pool. I want to start by prefacing that I'm not a licensed electrician, and if you're uncomfortable doing electric work yourself, you should hire a professional. My overall goal for this project was to run an underground electrical cable that would act like an extension cord from an existing outdoor outlet. To do this, I had to dig a trench where I'd be placing the electrical wire. I had to be careful to miss some cable and sprinkler lines in the area while digging, but I was able to neatly remove sections of sod that I could easily replace once the cable was buried. With the sod out of the way, I had a clear path where I could run my electrical cable from my outdoor outlet to a new outlet I'll be setting up closer to the pool. If you are running wire to a permanent location, be advised that you should use electrical conduit buried to 12 inches or 18 inches without conduit. As for myself, I don't plan to keep the wire here permanently, but I will be using conduit to protect any exposed wire above ground. If you are planning on running a permanent wire to your pool, you should make sure that it's on its own dedicated circuit and that the installation is done properly according to your local electrical codes. I'm using 14-2 wire that's been rated for ground contact. Since it was rolled up, I had to make sure to straighten it out so that it could lay flat in my new trench. I also left enough wire at both ends to work with before going back and replacing the sod to cover the buried wire. With the wire buried, I dug out a hole to bury a piece of pressure-treated 2x6 that will serve as a mounting post for my new electrical box. After painting the mounting post black to make it less noticeable, I used a single conduit box with 1/2-inch conduit for my new outlet. I had to make sure that I measured and cut the conduit long enough to cover my wire all the way to the ground. I also used PVC glue to glue the conduit to the box after feeding the wire through the conduit before screwing the box into place. Using a razor knife and wire strippers, I cut back the wire to wire up a standard 15 amp electrical outlet. Since the outlet on the side of the house was already a GFI, you don't want to add a second GFI to the same circuit. To connect the wires, secure the black one to the gold screw, white to the silver screw, and copper to the green ground screw. Since the end of the cord for the pool pump is rather bulky, I had to modify the outdoor electrical cover to make room for it to fit properly. I used my Ryobi oscillating tool to cut away the bottom of the cover so that it could accommodate the cord and still close to seal the top from rain. If you're looking to do something like this, make sure to get deep outlet covers so the plug for the pump will fit when it's closed. To finish this side of my underground extension cord, I used the 2 screws from the electrical outlet to secure the outlet and modified outdoor cover to the conduit box. For the house side, I needed to replace the existing outdoor cover with a new one that could attach to the conduit for my electrical wire. I decided to modify this outlet cover as well by cutting out part of the bottom so that I could attach a threaded 1/2-inch conduit adapter to it. I used reducing washers and a locking nut to secure the adapter. With the power off to the outdoor outlet, I removed the old cover so that I could replace it with the modified one. To install the new cover, I attached it first with the 2 screws provided. Then with the cover in place, I threaded on my modified conduit adapter. With the outlet cover in place, I was then able to measure out how much conduit I would need to cover the wire completely to the ground. Once it was cut to the right size, I pushed the wire through and glued the conduit to the adapter on the outlet cover. To finish this side of my underground extension cord, I wired it up using a male extension cord replacement end. Because there's not much space to work with when connecting the wires to the plug, I had to keep the wires rather short, being careful to make sure that no wires were touching once the plug was reassembled. Again, the black wire went to the gold screw, white to the silver screw, and copper to the green ground screw. With the end of the cord properly assembled, I was able to plug it into the existing outlet and turn the power back on to feed power to my new outlet over by the pool. All that's left was to plug in the pump and test out the new electrical connection, which is currently working great. And don't forget, if you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more projects in the future. Well, that does it for this project. I hope to see you all again on the next one.